tonight we're just going to Lindeman Island. Looking forward to having a look at what's left of the resort there and having a swim. Should be nice. Lindeman Island, here we come. Lindeman Island has got a chance of being upgraded. Whitehorse Resorts, which is another Chinese company, wants to spend over $500 million upgrading everything from the sewer, the airports, the airfields, solar energy, expanding the resort to be even bigger. So the EIS is out this month, so it's a good chance. It's a chance for a lot of extra money coming in. It'll employ 300 people during construction and then 300 people once it's finished. So obviously it'll be aimed at mainly Chinese tourists. But, it'll become China's Bali. So most of the resorts that are closed and any chance of survival or opening up again seems to come from China. So I suppose it's our future. Once we can't send coal anymore, we've got to get their money somehow and be them coming having a good time. So yeah, it's probably a good thing. It's sad seeing it empty here. It was one of Whitsunday's premier resorts. Now it's closed and sad and lonely. So the goal is to have it up and running again by 2020. So it'll be good to come back and see it all in operation and full of tourists spending their money here in Australia. It'd be great. To Seaforth Island. It's part of the Lindeman group. It's only a tiny little island. It's got 3 beautiful beaches. It's just across the water from Lindeman Island. It's absolutely beautiful. It's of beautiful rock orchids. It's just a lovely little island. Well worth a visit. Some people call it Royal Seaforth, and that's because in 1954 Queen Elizabeth spent 2 hours with the Duke on the island by themselves, wandering around barefooted on the island. So since then a lot of the locals have called it Royal Seaforth. Yeah, it wouldn't have been a bad place to get away from all the Aussies. It's even got a number of nice little bushwalks through to the different beaches. And if you want it, it's got 2 toilets. Wow, mod cons. Interesting things with the Lindeman group, they're obviously only just out of the cyclone path. There's still heaps of leaves and fronds on the hoop pines, and the orchids are still intact. So literally only 10 or 20 nautical miles to the south, and the winds were probably only 100 kilometres or 150 kilometres an hour, and everything looks good compared to 30 nautical miles away when there's hardly any leaves or fronds left on the trees. Welcome to Shore Island. Absolutely beautiful. Shore Island is quite large, it's got a huge amount of beaches. You could actually spend months just on Shore Island, going to each beach and the different wind. We're in Billy Bob Bay. It's actually a lovely little spot. We found a really good anchorage which we've marked on the chart for everyone else, right in the middle of the coral, and it's got a beautiful sandy beach, and as you can see it's shallow for ages, but just beautiful sand, just like Whitehaven. So yeah, I don't know, I'm starting to think Shore Island might be my favourite, man. Lots of places. Just a very interesting beach. Beautiful sand. It's like talcum powder. The sand is so fine, it seems finer than Whitehaven Beach. It's a beautiful place. Well, whew, it's just a terrible life we lead. Whew. Gone for a little sail around the northern side of shore for you to have a look. Lots of beautiful beaches, so many that we couldn't show them all. Now we're going to sail to Pentecost, just probably have lunch at anchor at Pentecost.
A lovely few hours anchored off the southern shore of Pentecost Island. It evolved as part of a volcano shoot.
So Pentecost is basically made of porphyry rock, which is volcanic rock. It's quite spectacular from a long way off. It's an impressive island, I suppose, is the best way to describe it. We've found a beautiful little anchorage just to the western side, and it's beautiful with lovely bits of coral and quite protected.
And Captain Cook named this island whilst coming through on his explorations. It's one of the very few islands that he actually did name.
early, leaving Hamilton Island, heading south. Watch out, New South Wales will be there before you know it. Morning, Grace. Welcome aboard. Thanks for bringing the cloudy weather. Grace has come from New South Wales. She's brought cloudy, rainy weather and she's brought big swell. So we know what New South Wales is going to be like. Thanks, Grace. Stage we're heading to Brampton Island. We should be there around lunchtime. So we've got a reasonable swell and a pretty good breeze. One of the problems is I just looked at the rain radar. We've got a lot of rain down further south. So that rain goes away, I feel like belting into the rain without any visibility. But the goal is to just have good reasonable days, try and sail with the tides. Show Grace a few islands, so we'll get to Brampton, find a cosy corner and let her have a look at Brampton.
It's the first day of our southbound journey. I think Queensland's a little teary about that. We've got grey skies, looks like there's quite a bit of moisture in the clouds. I think we'll get there, we'll be fine.
Going south for warmer weather.
I don't know, south has quite a bit of rain, so we might hit a few squalls and that over the next couple of days. We'll see. We'll take it as it comes.
Feeling alright, Grace?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Tired? Yeah. We're getting rocked to sleep. Farrier Island off our port side. We've never been there before. We'll have to stop there on our way back next time. A bit grey and horrible this morning. To the resort. Airstrip's still in pretty good nick. So there's any weeds or anything growing through it. Still land a good sized aircraft in it. Make it look deep. Well, good morning. We've got the sails set and we're heading off, trying to get all the way to Middle Percy. It's going to take us about 11 and a half hours. So I've left before sunrise. This stage should get there about 4:30 or 5 o'clock. So seas are nice. It's been raining this morning, cloudy, stormy, but we're going to have fun. Probably a bit windy, as you can hear. We're going to do 4 hours at the whole beach. Shirley's next, and then Grace is coming on at about 12. Should be a good day, get some miles done. Looking forward to getting the middle Percy. Tiggy's up with me. She's the only one that got up. Keep me company. So we're coming up on Keswick pretty fast. We stopped there on the way up, but we're going to bypass Keswick and St Bees. But we're doing good time. We're actually already made up an hour. So this stage going to get there about 3:30. So we're going well.
So we're now got wind against tide. Slowed us down by about half a knot, and it's starting to get a little lumpier, but still nothing to worry about.
So Grace, what do you think of the weather?
Right.
Thanks for bringing it.
I know. I wish I'd come up with Alex.
So much more. We are young. So is
So we're on Percy, Middle Percy. We're around the southern side. We're actually going to go head into a little beach that we've never been to before. Surprise, surprise.
Did you bring shoes and you didn't tell me to bring shoes? Oh, that's alright.
Oh, so I've got a think for you now, Grace.
Yes.
The engines we saw. All along the edge of the cliffs of the beach is like petrified tree and petrified bark. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it. I could stand. Hopefully it doesn't go out too much more.
Can you reach the bottom?
I could stand up on my toes over there where Grace was, yeah.
Oh, got our first sunny day, kind of, today. And
you're not hungover?
And I'm not hungover, and Cook's been mean and trying to get me hungover, but it's not happening yet. Maybe tonight, since it's a nice day.
It has to be a nice day to have a hangover.
Yeah. But then again, we do have a 14-hour sail tomorrow, so that's probably not a nice day to have a hangover.
No, at least it's, you know, something to do.
True.
Are you, Shirlz?
I'm great, but we all know that.
G'day Jeff, own Skedaddle, lightweight 45. We've been living on board for about 2.5 years. It's my third big cat. Been sailing the East Coast for about 17 years. We're here at Percy Islands, having a great time, been as far north as Lizard Island. Spectacular.
So if you were, a lot of people watching our blog are people that are dreaming. They got their boats and they use it, you know, on every long weekend and at Christmas time but don't go anywhere. Or people that haven't got boats yet and, you know, want to talk their spouses into it. What would you, how would you talk them into it?
quite easy. You only live once, don't waste time.
We left Fremantle at the beginning of 2016, came across the Southern Ocean and all the way up the east coast. Had a marvellous time meeting everybody, and we went as far as Lizard this year. And next year we'll
cruise back across the
cruise back across the north, yeah, to WA.
So other people that are thinking about doing it, what would you say to them?
Watch the weather and go for it. It's easy.
Yeah. Make sure you have a good boat and you look at all the safety gear before you do anything else, and have a good skipper.
Wow, my wife doesn't.
And we've been sailing now for 3 months around Whitsunday, and now unfortunately we are heading home, which much to our distress.
So for people that are out there thinking about, there's a lot of people with boats, go racing every Saturday and don't go out and disappear like we have. This is obviously your first time you've done it, it's the first time we've done it. What would you say to them about the experience and try and talk them into doing it?
I reckon, it's certainly not all about racing. I think to have a boat that you can sail at reasonable speed is a good idea. But the cruising aspect is something that if you're a pure racer, you'd actually miss out on completely. What you get in visiting these islands and spending a bit of quality time and so on is just spectacular, and couldn't be substituted by just racing around boys.
Well, still got to love the Percy Islands and the people you meet. Thanks to those guys for giving us their comments and their thoughts. We're off next week to take Grace to Port Clinton, then to Yeppoon, and then Shirlz and I are off out to the reef once more, and oh boy is it beautiful out there. Don't miss us next week. See you then.